Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for today's new live summit event in the Crew 2, Barren Raid. This will be a brand new demolition derby vehicle will be added to the update, so this is going to be quite very cool to have a charcoal was now made by Fender. For this week's theme summon is about to have all kinds of different variations to be using with all kinds of different disciplines like touring car, air race, and Alpha Grand Prix discipline, along with some 2 events will be categorized to have demolition derby will take on in the ring by having a brand new vehicle along with a rally raid to go on to have a monster truck will ride the desert. Mostly because after having the winds of change and Into the Storm will be entered to take on in the 3rd event, will be ready to get entered on Bite the Dust to face the Sandstorm. But I tell you guys, because one street race discipline will be using with a Porsche 911 Carrera RS Type 992 will be featured for today's event, along with a Chevy Camaro SS and Proto Alpha Mark X will be part of it to have 3 restricted vehicles, including the 4th vehicle to be on loan. Especially to have 3 skills to be on the slalom, escape, and aerobatics will be all together by using the land, sea, and air will have to face up and go rank up onto the highest points ever yet to be going in to be on the platinum. So better get ready you guys, because the 3rd event after Winds of Change, we're going in to take on for only another street race event by having a different vehicle to race into the Sandstorm. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, go click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more, and don't forget to click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go for today's live summit event. Let's begin. So much sightseeing to have all kinds of different environment between the city and outskirts is going to be quite very good to be driving around on Cityscape from last week's live summon. Good time to be ranked on 3,443rd place, includes with 4 different rewards, especially to have a police nitro will be listed as an epic platinum reward. But it is going to be quite good to have a returning vehicle from the chase update. It's going to be quite very excellent to have all kinds of different returning vehicles ever since we've been moved on in the 7th Motorflix season. So now we're entering in the 3rd week of the challenge to get some more followers to be racked up and go updated to have some more motor stars will be going in simultaneously. Alright, so looks like the countdown will begin in about the next day. 23 hours left before Barren Raid will be over before moving on to take the next event is going to be listed as brand new. But however, because 2 differences with the Lamborghini Countach to have an old and new is going to be so very amazing to see how 2 different versions of the Countach is going to be quite very good to be amazing to be welcome to the main updates. So right now folks, gonna have to take a good main focus to get the fender charcoal to be on a platinum, and especially to have a rally snake skin tire to be listed as a common. So let's have a good look. Alright, so it looks like that might have to take 3 skills to be on the differences, plus 6 including a combo will be going drive onto the desert. So I bet it does, because the fender charcoal is going to be quite very good to be amazing. We'll have to start out to take the first event after the 3 skills will be checked and complete. So first up on the land, we're going in to be at Miami Racetrack will be on the road. But also to be on the road, but that means one racetrack will have to be quick prep up and get ready to go for having a score breaker, depends on different discipline to be on the land-based vehicle. Okay, here I go. Slalom around the gates, slide around and ride carefully to go up onto the high points. So you see, ever since I've been working so very hard to do some long delays by every week, it's gonna have to take some time by planning to do a double feature. But I still remember ever since I've been working so hard and gonna have to do a major catch up on Pontiac Addict. But it was a lot of fun ever since we've been started out onto the 12th season in the live summon. But currently, because doing some 3 events as we go on by every week, we'll have to do some brand new and reruns will be part of it. just like the rising sun, it's going to be quite very good to have a Land Evo X will be listed as a returning vehicle. So there you go, almost to be at 30,000 points. 29,958 points is going to be checked and complete. Several players have made it on time, and they did a good job out there to have different kinds of common parts to be on the rare, common, epic, and legendary. Now for the escape to go on to be underwater. Lake Mean, here I go. Gonna have to be prepared and kick it to the overdrive to have the rudder will be increase the acceleration. Follow the trail and follow the signs, just like you're racing from Into the Storm. Current yard distance is now doing well. Gonna have to take that jump onto the Hoover Dam. Airborne and have it ventilated to go recovery. Come on, the red zone is about to go quicker. Gonna have to speed up and do a single jump. Come on, almost to be at 5,000 yards. Yes, added with 7, and this is gonna be my very good lucky day for having a good first attempt. Right on schedule and perfect to have 100,000 points to be added with 104. That's only 2 skills check. Now, let's go. Aerobatics will be fly in to be at Las Vegas. I really hope this is going to be quite very good time to be fly around in Las Vegas because auto switch to have the Pilotus PC-21 to be on the same location. Now let's go, and gonna have to do another round and different teams condition. Hold it in. Very good. And mark on the green to be exactly on average. Okay, well, at least I was doing okay after all that day off for my break. But I know this is gonna have to take some time and relieve all the stress I've been having. So here's my main outcome on the first attempt, 30,310 points. Good job and solid fine work to go under 150,000. Just gonna have to go skip, and let's get ready to try out to have the Fender Charcoal will be entered to be in the ring. I'm so very pumped up and get ready to try out to have a brand new Demolition Derby to this update, you guys, because just like all the other kinds of Fender models, but this one, the Charcoal, is going to be quite very good to be well made to have a different version and mostly to have some scratches to have this different variation. But I tell you guys, because this car is now made in 2022. Just like all the previous models from the 20th century, but however, because the 2022 Fender Charcoal also to be included to have a 110 per level to be having a top speed 111 miles per hour and 550 horsepower. But exactly to have this chassis is going to be quite very good to have a front bumper. We'll have to go for the pack-a-punch. So let's give it a go, and let's see how it feels to drive carefully, because smashing out with some different Fender cars is going to have to be driving in to be in the ring. So here I go. Let's turn the engine on and hit the nitro.
Fingers are crossed.
Alright, gonna have to go right in and watch out for some obstacles. There goes the bonus damage caught by Sophia.
Guess who's
Make one contact and go for position number 1 in the lead. Now, gonna have to ace that course and do a differences to be trying out with this new Demolition Derby car. Just like the same interior view from the previous model from the 20th century, but this one is also to be fictionally made in 2022 when Into the Storm update has officially arrived. Gonna have to ace that course and watch out for the punches. But I tell you guys, because this is going to be quite very good to have a premium car to be received after Barren Raid is about to be over soon. We're only 1 day left. Okay, looks like Gordon just received a bonus prepare. Now it's my turn that I'm about to go for some bonus damage. Kick up the nitro and mark on the checkpoint to go halfway mark in about 50%. Lap number 5, up I go and keep driving. Stay steady. The tar coil is definitely very brand new. Confirm check on the checkpoint. Now go for the... Oh man! I just took a punch. That gives a disadvantage to go underneath to be on 100,000 points. Well, fine then. First attempt and test out this new Demolition Derby car. It's gonna have to be much more rough around to be going clean racing without having some obstacles, without any further contact to be slamming in and slammed out. So here I go. Slide around and do the drift. Progressively to be in 85%. Alright, looks like only one more lap to go. One more checkpoint and proceed to the final stretch. Made it on time and stop at the finish line. Okay, well, at least it was so fun out there to see how 50,000 points to be received to have the first attempt. But in the meantime, if you're gonna have to work hard to make your way to get up onto 100,000 points by trying out with a fender charcoal, but this Demolition Derby car might be quite giving a pack a punch and gonna have to go straight forward without having some punches or having contact from other Demolition Derby cars. So, fine then, I guess I should probably might have to go back again in about 1 day left until this event is over. So now on to the combo event to have a monster truck will be right around to be on the Great Sand Dune. But this time, it will might have a good hot rod monster truck will be ready to set up and ride into the desert to have some terrain to go up onto the hills. Just like having a whole lot of fun out there to be driving on Rally Raid. But anyway, because I should probably have to go and try out with a Proto Hub 1 Monster Truck Edition 1930 to be at the per level in 140 that contains 1223 horsepower with a top speed 150 miles per hour. But it should be quite very good to be having some ventilator for only a short temporarily of time. So here I go. Gonna have to drive for only one monster truck bikes. Let's get it on.
Come on, you can do it.
First place to go for the jump start and keep a good ride around on the sand. Whoa, yeah! This is gonna be so daring to extreme. Hang on, looks like gonna have to get back on track. Just barely missed a checkpoint. That's better. Close call and giving some desperate measure to get back on track ever since to do a missed attempt. Oh yes, looks like feel the wind and ride onto the sandy hills. But I cannot believe it, this is going to be so rad and awesome to have a perfect combo event to do this monster truck to be ride onto the Great Sand Dune. But good thing that the Eagle rooftop is going to be quite very good to be flying around to have different direction when riding on the monster truck. Clear checkpoint and pass. Moving on to take the next direction. Hang on. This strategy is about drive to beat express. Good to go on the checkpoints. But I can't wait to have a Christmas themed summon coming up soon because December has already arrived here and now. But I'd be very good to be as a good ordinary racer for Christmas. So if I could probably have to get myself to have all kinds of different stuff and items that I just really want for Christmas. For only one item I just want for Christmas is to have a complete series of Bobobo on DVD and Blu-ray. I mean, I just really love the anime that has all kinds of crazy battles and hilarious moments. But also to have the first one is going to be a very good one that I just really want to have for Christmas. But the second one is definitely might be having a different kind of a portable vacuum cleaner that has an air duster that could be becoming much more powerful to get rid of all the dust and dirts. That is also to have the second wish that I just really want something for Christmas. So what else? Oh yeah, I should probably have to get back to it because the finish line is just right up ahead and give a good daring touchdown is now marked on the podium. It's only one monster truck and the wild to have one motor star earned by the daily. There you go, 113,723 points, 7 legendary loot parts to be collected, and looks like second event is now check and complete. Well, I really hope this is going to be quite good to have one street race event is about to be ready to enter from third event from Into the Storm. So there might be some different signs after having Winds of Change is about to be ready to go entered in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So better get ready, you guys. We're about to enter the sandstorm and bite the dust. Follow 3 signs and make sure to have 3 different icons. It's going to become much more very intense to be having a speed limit up to over 200 miles per hour. But besides having my UDRS taxi service vehicle will be converted to 2020 will be going for having a good solidifying gold to have it outfitted with a different vanity tire. Same per level to be at least on 280 just like all the other street race disciplines. But it'll have to be becoming much more faster and more competent when racing in the sandstorm. So brace yourself, you guys. We're about to take a starting grid in about 3 seconds and make sure keep up and stay on the top limit to go over 200 miles per hour. So here we go. Yeah, looks like the music is about to go kick it up. Whoa man, looks like this is how what happens because if you're gonna have to be going up in about 200 miles per hour, you should probably have to pack up the nitro just to be in case. Here comes the jump. Keep it good steady opened and watch yourself. Jeez, looks like the sandstorm is about to tear our strategy apart. Heads up, looks like obstacles incoming. Gonna have to pass through. I tell you guys, this event is becoming more difficult if you're gonna have to keep on racing to stay clean and face the sandstorm. It's gonna get a little bit rough out there, so in the meantime, until the boys will be received an important call. But however, because the static doesn't receive any response from him when we're racing inside of the dust storm. 27% in the progression. Keep it up and keep it up onto the high speed. I tell you, because this is going to be so crazy to see how this race is about to become more intense. Come on, just gonna have to keep going. Don't lose that grip. Stay focused on the main road. I really hope he'll have to receive the call at any minute. But I mean, because the music is going to be quite very good to kick things up a notch. But I can't wait to see how the aftermath music is going to be so very amazing until we're about to be going out from the sandstorm. 50% in the progression, halfway there. Come on. Just feel that wind and drive stationary. Yeah, very good to have that airborne jump. Checkpoint going A clear. Now, gonna have to kick it up and stay back onto 200 miles per hour. Okay, going well onto the main checkpoint. Stay driving and face that main obstacles because 3 signs will have to be on the lookout. Come on. I just really don't want to mess up with my good sexy car. There we go. Now kick the nitro and get back on the road. Whoa, man. Come on. Just gonna have to give a hard steering direction until we're about to be entered onto the town. Hogbrook now entering. Jeez. I don't know how am I supposed to get through with this sandstorm racing problem. It's gonna get a little bit tough out there to have this different part of the scene. Come on. If I could probably have to get things through because there might be some several jumps we'll have to get onto it. Now, gonna have to be reached up onto the finish line before we're about to be coming out from the sandstorm. After Bites the Dust, the aftermath will be ready to take on in the next event after this. So we're about to be entered in Winslow. Final stretch, and here we are. I tell you guys, because street racing in the sandstorm is becoming more intense. And gonna have to do some more speed. We'll have to kick things up a bit because in the meantime, because going up to have 100,000 points is gonna have to do a hard attempt to see how it goes. But that's how racing for only one brand new Motorflix event will have to do some different challenges to overcome your fear and obstacles whenever it takes. So after Bite the Dust is now checked and complete by using the Porsche 911 Carrera 4S Type 992 2020. 3 Pro Racing category on Air Race, Alpha Grand Prix, and Touring Car Discipline. So, gonna have to go on to Marina del Rey to have an air race to do the same part, just like all the different previous live summit events ever since we've been participate. Time for me to grab the Harman Rocket HR3 and gonna have to take some time to be on the loading screen as we go on to have the 3rd event where we proceed to be going up to have the Platinum Ring will have to be updated at any time. Gonna have to be refreshed, have my eyes to be checked, and put my glasses on. Alright, here I go. Let's get it on to have the last 3 events will be categorized on Pro Racing. Let's start out to have Air Race to have a different theme condition take place around in Los Angeles.
You're gonna ace this, I know it.
Correction and Crystal Hero. I know the drill, and do a magic wizard ever since from last week. We know about the strategy for this event, you guys. I'm just gonna have to fly around and gonna have to do a fun time to do this moment. But especially this part of the condition is actually to becoming very different because of the graphics update. But especially to have the 60 frames per second on Xbox Series S and PlayStation 5. Well, I mean, it is very expensive for the PlayStation 5, but I'm always gonna have to stick it to the PS4 Pro by now, but I still have a whole lot of unreleased content videos that I've been working on by having Share Factory. But in the meantime, because the next post will have to do a behind the scenes image after having an uploaded content video on GT7 25th anniversary update from November. Gonna have to switch things up. 1 second perfection, and gonna have to go in to be on the same gate again. Now let's go around and take that half loop. Brilliant and marvelous. And here's the 1 second perfect. Coming through, and gonna have to go clear. Here comes the finish line. We'll have to give a call. There we go. 1 minute 45.672 seconds is now cleared by having an Air Magic Wizard. That's the ticket. 120,141 points. Perfection, and give a good solidifying reference as to be well planned to be achievable. Alright, so looks like almost there to be on the Platinum Rank. 2 more events to go. Alpha Grand Prix Discipline to be using for the Proto Alpha Mark X will be take place to be raced around in Miami Beach. So I guess this is going to be quite very impressive to have this Steam Summit event to have different city background will be part of it, just like Cityscape from last week. But however, not to mention, if I could probably had to do some other catching up things to do to have all sorts of planned upcoming content videos after, if I could probably had to be uploaded on GT7's 25th anniversary update from November. But of course it is, because I might gonna have to get back to do a little subtopic about what are some other things that I just really want for Christmas. But I already got 2 of them, but maybe if I could probably have to get myself to have a nice warm sweater, because it's also to be used on winter season. But yeah, I just really want a sweater so much. So let's get ready to go and drive in the Alpha Grand Prix race to be on the city. Time to go electrifying and clean racing as always. Okay, there goes the object, just took down. Gonna have to go nitro to be at a full gauge. Go for the high speed. Short straightaway to take the next turn. Splendid. Now, mark on the directional sign. We'll have to take that next corner around by the street. Just like having a different position, like having a brake zone from Gran Turismo 7, but in the Crew 2, because it could be quite very helpful to have that directional sign is gonna have to go enter whenever if I could probably pull the brake. It works very come in handy, but it'll have to be much more helpful for my strategy for this part of the video segment. Now, gonna have to take 2 choice of decision to go for the advantage. Come on. I hope the Alpha Mark X will have to do much more steady pace. There goes another object. Go clear at the end of the first lap. Enter lap number 2. Next turn on the right. Follow the sign and give a good proper position to make a good cue on the brake. Very nice, and go electrifying for the Alpha Mark X. absolutely good to have that main respawn. Checkpoint going 8 clear. Okay, looks like going up in about 250 miles per hour to have that good straightaway before the next turn comes in, and slow down quickly to have a nice proper spot. Now enter again on mid-beach. Halfway there in the progression until lap number 2 will be going clear at the end. Okay, looks like doing well. Electric shock impact is still doing okay to be active to have a smoke vanity on the Proto Alpha Mark X. Why just also to be well equipped on the 4th anniversary tire to the Alpha Grand Prix vehicle. It works very good to have a racing slick compound tires to be well affected to be glow in red. Unlike all the other kinds of different vehicles on land base, it should be doing just good and well capable to have different style and show some Unbound styles. I mean, several players who have played Need for Speed Unbound, it's going to be so very amazing to see all kinds of different cars and modification turns out to become very rad and very more unique. I mean, the cutscene and different animation styles turn look of a 3D mixtures to have a high definition and almost to be as an anime character to be look alike. I mean, because it's actually to have different parts and talented work to see how Need for Speed turns out to become a very good, excellent, Unbound racing game to have all kinds of different styles and show up with some good swag. I mean, all kinds of different style and swag is going to be so very amazing if I could probably get it on PlayStation 5 or also to be on the PC. But we're almost there, you guys. Finish line is just gonna have to go straight up ahead. Here it comes. One last boost and give a 5-minute time to have a good progression time to be totaled by a decimal in 107. So let's have a good check for the final outcome. Good one. 111,576 points. That should be doing very good and updatable to have the 5th one to be checked and clear. Only one more event to go, you guys, and that means the Platinum is about to be going up to have more points to be added up to have 100,000 points to be added with a bonus. So let's go and take on in Golden Hills Racetrack to have a Chevy Camaro SS GT3 will be at the ready. But I'm about to show you guys something that will might have a very good compatible livery variation, just like the drag race, rally raid, and especially to have the rallycross discipline, but also to have the 2010 model is going to have to be very good to be colored in blue. So here it is, you guys. Ta-da! Compatible UDRS Insportec livery on the Touring Car Edition in the 2010 Chevy 98 horsepower with a top speed 247 miles per hour. But you know about the high maximum per level to be at 320. Okay. Quick drink on the water. It's over, so let's race. Let's get it on and go proud with passion.
It's saying, let's win.
I really hope the handling did a pretty good job out there to do some hard, fast working attempt. But it's gonna have to be much more longer delays if I could probably have to get all important things to do for my list. But the only first thing that I just ever do is gonna have to be planned by having a double feature ever since I have participated in Cityscape and Pontiac Addict. But this one, however, because planned to be as a second backup double feature ever since I've been doing some longer delays from Pontiac Addict. But I still remember ever since I've been working so hard to do some interruption by having an error. Pardon me. I just took a single sip of water. Now let's get to it. Final turn and go for the advantage. The Camaro SS GT3 did pretty good out there to have a good moment on the track, because a perfect horizon on a sunset condition is going to be more beautiful and more realistic to have a very good theme condition ever since we've been participating in the sandstorm. But I mean, I still barely tried to get through where having a sandstorm is now coming in the way. But I bet it does ever since we've been doing this so far and Winds of Change to be going debut to be earlier. But in the meantime, because if I could probably have to take all 5 events in this update, it's going to have to becoming one special prize reward. It's the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4 No Rules Edition. But I can't wait to get that new Mitsubishi car to have a different unique modification just like the standard version. But mostly also ever since we have been purchased to have the interception unit of the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 2020. But there might be some other returning cars will be available by each date. But I just really want to have the CA Corvette interception unit. It's going to be so very perfect for myself to have a UDRS Super State Unit Edition. It'll be like, oh no, it's the UDRS Super State Unit. And then I might have to say, that's right, because you're about to have yourself to be pulled over. I'm just having a little bit more day role-playing thinking of something else that I just really get myself to have a different CA Corvette Stingray. But it's very brand new ever since the Chase update. But never mind, because I'm still looking forward to get all kinds of different returning vehicles from the first season. And here comes the finish line onto the final stretch. There you go. One UDRS touring car Chevy Camaro SS is now in the lead. 3 minutes, 8.669 seconds is now checked and marked by having an outcome on 119,626 points. Now that's a good stunning competition for having one Camaro to be featured on the vehicle restriction. Very good and right on schedule to have a perfect ranking position in 5,097 place to have 1,094,400 points is going to be perfectly before tomorrow is going to be Tuesday. So what do you guys really think about participate in Barren Raid? Looks to me because racing in Bite the Dust is going to be becoming more intense to have 3 signs when racing in a sandstorm, and especially to have a music is going to be so very awesome and kick butt to see it, to hear it. But it also contains to have a copyright claim, just like all the other events to have a good different sound of a music. But I mean, I kind of like Bite the Dust is going to be becoming a very tough challenge for having one street race event to be facing up with a sandstorm. It's going to be a very tough challenge for all of us. But I cannot wait to have the aftermath after this before moving on to take the next event later on by having a different vehicle will be featured after taking the ring was the Charcoal. Is going to be very brand new to be listed as a 2022 model. Just like all the previous model from the 20th century was fictionally made by Fender in the Crew 2. But I mean, this looks so very cool, and different livery variation is going to be quite very good to have a different black style to be colored in charcoal. But what else? Oh yeah, because a monster truck event in the Great Sand Dune. It sure does might have an extreme jump to have one monster truck to be ride in the sand of desert. It's going to have to be reached up to go for the finish line to be arrived to have a good view in Las Vegas. Those are the 3rd best favorite event in Barren Raid on the live summit, folks, so I really hope 2 different versions on the Lamborghini Countach, like the past and the present, altogether is now featured to have a new Elite bundle. So let's have a good look. We're having a preview. 2 street race, 2 hypercar, 1 powerboat, and 1 Alpha Grand Prix disciplined. 3 vehicles, including the McLaren Senna, is now required to have a very good, excellent hypercar event to take place to have a different location. That's how event number 4 from Into the Storm will be taking on in the aftermath after having a third round from Bite the Dust by facing up with some series of sandstorm. But there will be some different signs to have all kinds of different obstacles, like having some different rocks as the sand and broken buildings, and especially to have shortcuts to have different icons to be on the third. But we're almost there to have the 5th one after this, because the aftermath is going to be the 4th event before the final call will be take the final leg to be race up to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, to have one grand prize. One grand prize is the Mitsubishi 3000 BR4 No Rules Edition will be required after having 5 events will be participate and complete by normal difficulty. So after Premio, by having a scheduled date on December 7th through the 14th, the rerun will be having a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution X Red Fury Edition is now having a returning vehicle to have a red smoke to be listed onto the common vanity to be marked on the silver. But also to have the perfect time for the holiday is going to be a very good, proud Christmas season for all of us. But mostly to have an ugly Christmas sweater to be listed as an epic outfit. But I mean, this outfit is going to be quite very good to have a perfect wish list for the holidays, you guys, especially for the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon Interception Unit will be available for the new players. But we already got one because adding up with some extra bucks and earnings will be going in to have some very good double bonus. Alright folks, so gonna have to be ready to wrap this up before at the end of the video. Having long times and longer delays for my channel will have to take some time because I had to get things through with it for myself after having a 1 week for doing some absence. But you'll understand because I plan to be having a double feature from Cityscape and Barren Raid from here until now. Thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like Deeper Than Art, Twitter, Instagram, GT Planet, and more for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.